Okay. Terrible tonight. Terrible tonight. Terrible show tonight. I'm the Godfather Soldier from Slimming. And the name of my topic tonight is called Awful and Arrogant in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Is Double or Nothing. See, is Double or Nothing going to be a good. Wait, hold on 1 second. Is Double or Nothing going to be good on this Sunday? And I'm going to give all you my predictions. Before I do, I'm going to open up the show with something. For those of you know that yesterday was the 30th years was the death of the tragic passing of Cheers actor George Wendt from played Norman Peterson. I'm gonna open the show with the theme song from Cheers, where everybody knows her name is a tribute to him. But it shocked me last when he died at the age of 76. He'll be missed dearly. So I'm gonna play the theme song as a tribute to his memory. The thing from Cheers. So stick around. Right back. Get the music playing. I was involved in a motor vehicle accident. I think. Hold on a second. It's not it. It's the little audio. It's a little crazy ad on YouTube. Hold on a second. Okay, here it is. Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail, and your little angel hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead. The morning's looking bright. And your shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write. And your husband wants to be a girl. Be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. As for you, Mr. Wink, I'm raising my glasses to you, sir. Toast. May you rest in peace. Cheers.
Salute. Salutations. Yep, that's for you, Mr. Wink. Let's get down with tonight's show. Terrible was. Okay. The intro video featuring Sum 41 brings us to ringside as Tony Schiavone welcomes us to the finalists in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Heyman, Adam Page, and Will Ospreay. The crowd pops for an arrival of both men as we get a look back at their competition after teaming together last week. Tony says we both know what's at stake this Sunday. Not only the Owen Hart Cup, but a shot at the AEW World Championship in All In, Texas. He gives the floor to Ospreay first. Hold on a sec. Ospreay first. Who thanks the security for being here, but they are not needed. Ospreay has a question for Page. Do you still drink? Adam seems upset at this, but Will insists he's just asking to offer a couple of beers for the Hangman. You can't faintly hear a fan yelling about TV time being wasted, to which Ospreay responds, beer is on the line, for handing a bottle to Page, but the Hangman is not interested in a drink at this moment. Ospreay understands, setting the beer down before telling Adam that he has petitioned the Tony Khan for their match on Sunday to be the main event. There are distractors to this, but Ospreay says that those people who do not understand what is at stake. Not only is the Owen Hart Cup on the line, not only does the winner to go in All In Texas for his title shot, but that person carries the responsibility to bring back that pretty gold belt. Ospreay goes on to talk about the work he's put in, how much he wants to go to Forbidden Door in London, the title around his waist. Thanks to fans, they're there for their support. But the most important thing to do is to have his little son look at him that day as the world champion. You understand how much Page wants this, but Ospreay wants it just wants it just that little bit more. Page acknowledges there is a difference between them, and Ospreay wants it. And he understands the feeling he has been there before. He also knows Will Ospreay. He knows Ospreay. He also knows Ospreay knows just how important the AEW World Championship is to this business. To Ospreay, this could be a professional accomplishment. But to Page, this is personal. Heyman doesn't want this opportunity. He needs it. This gets another chant for him from the crowd. He talks about wasting 2 years of life and feeling nothing about hate and resentment. And one thing he did win brought on him nothing but the same. The worst of it came around Christmas time when he looked at his son, who stared back at his father looking at the window, looking for something that will never come back. Page needs this, as he needs his wife to look at him in the eye and see for the man she fell in love with. He needs it for his family, and he needs it for the fans who have supported him through everything. He also needs it for himself, to know that there is a light at the end of the 2-year tunnel through hell, and he needs to know that what will was wrong about it being too late for the Hangman. Ospreay asked him what he's planning to do about it. Is he going to wrap a chair around his head and try to retire him like he did to Christopher Daniels? Ospreay isn't going that route again. Last time it looked like the last time it took a long time to get back. He has been adamant about owning up to every loss he had, leaving it all in the ring and gaining the respect and trust of the fans. Page asks him if he thinks that's enough when going up against Jon Moxley, and Ospreay admits he doesn't know. He's faced Mox twice and couldn't beat him, but Page knows how to beat him, so he needs Adam to bring that man to Double or Nothing, because if Ospreay can't beat him, he knows he can beat Mox in All In Texas. He addresses the way the past 2 years have changed the Hangman, losing the trust and respect of the fans and the guys in the back. He needs to know what he's bringing his best this Sunday, and before he writes Ospreay off, he needs to remember he's been beating some of the best in this business, including MJF and Bryan Danielson, among others. Anything can happen, and if it's Adam and it's Page who wins, he can accept that. If Hangman needs a friend, he can watch his back and hopes that if Ospreay wins, that he knows Page will have his back. What's he saying, Cowboy, is to meet him in the dessert this Sunday because he's calling him out for a shootout. He offers the beer back to Page, who accepts this time, a swig before staring Ospreay down. Commentary confirms that this match is officially the main event of Double or Nothing, as Ospreay and Page leave the ring, their gaze not breaking as they walk up to the ramp toward the Owen Hart Cup. We cut away to outside to the arena where Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir enter the building before Moxley says the spoils will go to those who embrace the anarchy, alluding to the anarchy in the arena as he walks up to a staircase as his music hits. We head to ringside as Moxley makes his way through the crowd for our opening match. Making their entrance next are the Young Bucks, followed by Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs. Rounding out the entrances is Swerve Strickland, the trio standing up on the ramp before heading to the ring to get this match underway. All's Trios match. Jon Moxley and Young Bucks versus Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Swerve Strickland. We start off with Joe and Mox trading strikes before they send each other reeling toward their respective corners. Hobbs and Matthew tag in, trading offense until Nicholas tags in for a double team, but Hobbs fights back for a tag to Swerve, who sends Nicholas to ropes. Strickland with a backbreaker before things completely break down, with all 6 men coming into the ring. Things finally calm down just as Mox sends Hobbs to the outside for a dive through the ropes. And Joe must get back in the ring for a dive of his own, only to be intercepted with a double kick by the Bucks. Nicholas gets caught with a flatline by Swerve, who sends him out to the ring for a dive as Joe comes back to land a tope onto the Bucks before we go to an ad break on Max. Ad break on Max. Back from the break, Mox is in control as he punches away at Hobbs before bringing him to the center of the ring for some stomps while Powerhouse is down. Nicholas tags in but is soon overpowered by Hobbs before Strickland tags in for a double team. Swerve blocks the Hurricanrana attempt to send Nicholas down hard with a powerbomb. Nicholas gets back to his feet, luring Strickland in for a sneak attack from Moxley, and Matthews is on the outside. Nicholas continues the attack until Strickland gets his knees up to drive into a falling Nicholas. but Swerve's partners have been knocked off the apron, cutting off a potential tag. This gives the Bucks and Mox an opening to continue the beatdown, leading to a risky business that gets Nicholas a 2 count. Matthew tags in to lay in more punishment with an assist from Nicholas, leading to another near fall over Strickland as we go to another ad break on Max. Full ad break on Max. Back from the break, Mox is tagged back in and catches Strickland for a 2 count before Joe breaks up the pin. Joe gets cleared from the ring as Mox sets up a brutalizers on Swerve, shades of Peck, and Strickland tries to break free. Mox lets go only to be set up for a full Nelson before Swerve breaks free, lobbing Mox away as he reaches for a tag for landing a headbutt that takes him and Mox down hard. Matthew tags in as chaos ensues until Hobbs takes Matthew down, allowing Strickland to get a near fall. The action spills outside as Mox tries to get the upper hand, but Swerve manages to fight him back before getting back in the ring. Mox looks to attack Hobbs in the ring with a paradigm shift, but is dropped with a spine buster before Matthew takes the same. Swerve is still up on the turnbuckle as things break down in the ring once more, leading the Bucks hitting a double super kick on Joe. They go for an EVP's trigger on Strickland, but Joe gets Nicholas in the Cochini clutch while Swerve rolls Matthew up for the win. Winners by pinfall: Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Swerve Strickland. The rest of the Death Riders rush in the ring for a beatdown before Shibata arrives to even the numbers. Shafir is fended off by Willow Nightingale as Kenny Omega rushes to the ring to go after Yuta. He then hits a running V-trigger on Matthew against the ropes as Swerve Strickland brings out a table. Kyle helps to bring the Bucks and Riders out of the ring and escape the crowd. Samoa Joe calls them out ahead of Double or Nothing. Backstage, the Hurt Syndicate and their legal counsel are greeted by MJ Moore and Jackass Friedman in a fancy gold blackened suit along with his legal counsel. MVP says they will see him in the ring later, leaving as MJF and Mark Sterling shake their hands with the Syndicate's counsel before we go to a commercial break. We return to ringside as the Hurt Syndicate make their way out to a big reaction from the crowd, who chant "We Hurt People," as we get a look back at Lashley giving his thumbs up in approval for MJF to join the group. MVP says he has an official announcement regarding this, addressing some of the boos by saying they were booing because Moore Jackass Friedman is better than them, and they know it. He welcomes the latest, newest member of the Hurt Syndicate as Moore Jackass Friedman's music hits, bring out the former world champion out with a microphone in hand. He enters the ring mocking the crowd before addressing the syndicate. When he was a young lad, his mom sat him down and said the most important day of his life is when he marries the love of his life. But she never joined the Hurt Syndicate. The crowd boos him, to which is addressed by MVP as Freeman wants to continue. After MJF finishes, Sterling addresses that this was done to satisfy both parties. With that, MJF signs the contract to join the Hurt Syndicate before Sterling hands the contract over to the Syndicate. He talked to legal counsel before Benjamin signs while MVP continues to run down the crowd. With that, we await the signature from Bobby Lashley, who looks it over before conferring with Benjamin and the council. MVP joins in after trying to shut the crowd down some more, and Lashley finally signs the contract. MJF puts on a hat to celebrate before he is cut off by the Sons of Texas making their way out. MJF starts to run them down, but is cut off by Dustin Rhodes, who says all Moore and Jackass Freeman does is talk. Dustin says Dustin lets him know he hates MJF's guts. He respects MVP as they go a long way. He suggests MVP be careful of the snake in the grass that is Marlon Jacobs Friedman. He says he and Sammy are day one guys in AEW, remembering the moment of the first ever Double or Nothing before looking ahead of this Sunday. They have a chance to prove something as undefeated ROH World Tag Team Champions, earning this shot at AEW titles. Dustin says the word is on the street is that the Hurt Syndicate likes to hurt people. So jump on him and hurt him if you can. He says the match this Sunday will not be a walk in the park, as the two of them have a lot of heart and work ethic. He was betting on a man. He bet on the day. One guy, so they'll see the Hurt Syndicate at Double or Nothing. Backstage, Okada addresses Mike Bailey, saying Speedball doesn't call him out. He calls out Bailey. He challenges Speedball to a match at Double or Nothing for the Continental Championship. He says that he will leave. He will leave still holding the title. Trust me. Then we go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Anthony Bowens makes his way out to the ring for our next match, accompanied by Billy Gunn. Ricochet makes his entrance next as commentary talks about the stretcher match he has set to have against Mike Briscoe at Double or Nothing. Ricochet enters the ring and this match is underway. Anthony Bowens versus Ricochet. Ricochet tries to mock Billy Gunn and is cut off by Bowens, who sends him to the corner for some chops. Ricochet starts to fight back, but Bowens takes him down before sending Ricochet to the outside. Ricochet gets back to his feet and mouths him off with Gunn, who makes him flinch before Bowens whips him on the head and sends him into the barricade. Gunn brings Ricochet back into the ring, leaving some words with the referee as Ricochet fights back with bringing Bowens crashing to the apron, sending the 5-tool player to the floor as we go to an ad break on Max. Full ad break on Max. Back from the break, Ricochet continues to beat down on Bowens inside the ring before Anthony catches him with a kick to the leg to the lariat. He brings Ricochet to his shoulders, driving him down hard for a 2 count. Ricochet is back on his feet as a 2-man Trey strikes until Bowens drops him down with a super kick for a near fall. He brings Ricochet back up and allows Ricochet to hit a knee strike and a kick to take control. He goes for a spear bun, but Bowens drops him with the rival instead. He then connects with a Molly Wop, sending Ricochet out of the ring in the process. Gunn starts to head around the ring to bring Ricochet back in against the ref. Argues with him that while Ricochet sneaks a pair of scissors to the head of Bowens. This and a spirit gun that falls gives Ricochet the win here tonight. Winner via pinfall, Ricochet. Ricochet's celebration on the ramp is stopped when Briscoe comes out with a stretcher, nearly ruining Ricochet over before sending him back to ringside. Ricochet manages to escape further punishment as Briscoe's music hits, and commentary runs down the card for Double or Nothing. You also get aware that Mostray's open challenge for the AEW TBS Women's Championship has been answered by Rena Isis. Rena Isis challenges tomorrow night on Collision. But next, Monet goes face to face with Jamie Hayter ahead of their Owen Hart Foundation tournament final at Double or Nothing. Then go to commercial break. Back from the break, Stokes addresses FTR at their upcoming match at Double or Nothing. FTR wants to look Nigel McGuinness and Devin Garcia in their eyes before signing the contract. To see the look in Nigel's eyes when he signs the final contract in his pro wrestling career, so they'll see the pair at Collision. Top guys out. Back at ringside, Renee says it's time to hear from the ladies ahead of their Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament this Sunday at Double or Nothing. He introduces Jamie Hayter and Mercedes Moné to the ring for referring to the former Women's World Champion as Hayter. As an underdog, Hayter promises he will get fight back over and over again because that's who she is. He doesn't walk around pretending to be the best thing since sliced bread, but she is a fighter. This means more to Jamie than Mercedes, and both of them know that this is more about than a title shot for her, but it's not about being forgotten. Renee addresses the intensity of being brought out of Mercedes by her opponent, asking Monet if she is worried about Jamie being the first woman to defeat her in AEW. Monet asks if Renee knows who the hell she is talking to. She is saying more than a champion. She is a revolution. She is not looking past Hayter. She's looking straight through her like a glass doll. Jamie is. She promised to show Hayter why she is the CEO, saying this is about more winning. Um, it's about leaving a legacy. She wants Jamie to be the fighter that she is, because this won't be about her story beginning, her chapter finally coming to an end. She asked Jamie if something looks different about Mercedes tonight before mentioning that Monet lost the NJPW Strong Women's Championship. She says that maybe this was her destiny. Maybe her destiny is to lose everything. This sets Monet off as she attacks Hayter, who manages to fight back with a Hayter Ray on the CEO. Tony Storm's music hits as the reigning Women's World Champion makes her way to the commentary station for our main event up next. Then we go to commercial break. There's been enough talk. No, seriously, especially this week. Ha ha. It's time for our main event. Back at ringside, Mina Shikara makes her way out as we look back at last week's title eliminator where Mina earned her shot at the AEW Women's World Championship at Double or Nothing. Out next is Julia Hart, who gets a nice reaction from the crowd as she heads to the ring to get this main event underway. Mina Shakira versus Julia Hart. The two women lock up before Mina sends Hart to the ropes, only for Hart to fight back for a hip toss. She wrenches Mina's arm, keeping her grounded before heading to the corner to walk the ropes into a clothesline to the shoulder. Mina fights back, sliding a lariat before sending Julia to the mat before cutting Hart off in the corner. She takes Julia down before leaving the ring to mock Storm ahead of their match at Double or Nothing. And this gives Hart an opening strike to strike back, sending Mina to the apron and back into the ring as we go to a full ad break on Max. Back from the break, Mina and Julia are back in the ring as Mina takes control, sending Hart to the mat. Rolling elbow keeps Julia down as she sends her to the corner. Hart blocks her. Mina takes her down regardless, and Julia hits her to the corner to catch Mina in a tarantula on the ropes before the ref intervenes. Mina connects with a spinning back fist before driving Julia into the mat for a 2 count. Hart back to her feet, and she blocks the glamorous driver, dragging Mina to the corner for a moonsault. But Mina rolls away. Julia may have tweaked her knee, tweaked her knee on the landing as Mina drops her to the mat for counters a submission hold for a near fall. Mina back up and she connects with a spinning back fist before going for a glamorous driver. But Hart counters for a 2 count. Mina breaks free and clutches her tight for the pin and the win. Winner via pinfall, Mina Shikara. Julia is back on her feet to interrupt the celebration with Sky Blue drowning her beat down and Mina before Storm gets to her ring for a save. She sends Blue out of the ring before laying out Hart with a punch, and Mina does the same to keep her down. This leads to a stare down between Mina and Tony, with Mina holding the championship before they try to get the upper hand on each other. The champ is caught in the corner as Mina locks in a figure four around the post as the ref and Luther try to intervene. Mina breaks free, breaks the hold, retreating up the ramp as our music plays. Luther checks up on the champion as we get a rundown on Collision as we head backstage, where the Young Bucks are on their way to the door. They make the mistake of mocking the Ops, promising to come after them tonight. And this proves costly as Hobbs and Joe get the jump on them. This leads to a brawl backstage involving the Death Riders before Willow, Strickland, and Shibata get involved as well. Chaos makes his way back to the ringside as they fight out. Strickland bring Nicholas into the ring. Theme for Dynamite plays as brawl continues in and out of the ring. It's anarchy in this arena. Before anarchy in the arena takes place this Sunday at Double or Nothing. Chaos continues with Mox going after Joe on the outside, but the good guys in this scenario manage to fight back until Gabe Kidd shows up to blindside Samoa Joe. Kidd goes after Omega in the ring as the Bucks grab a table from the outside, throwing a trash can at their former friend Omega. They set up on Megan and Strickland go on for two tables outside, getting a drop on them to send them through the tables before their music hits. The combined forces of Death Riders and Young Bucks seem to have the advantage going in the wild matches set for Double or Nothing as Dynamite finally comes to a close. Terrible tonight, very completely terrible. It's garbage. Total BS. Complete BS. Show was shitty, just shitty as hell. Awful and arrogant in Albuquerque tonight. Wasn't very decent. Now it's time for all of you to give me my little Double or Nothing predictions. Okay, the 2025 Women's Own Heart Cup Tournament Final. The winner earns the AEW Women's World Championship match and All In. I'm gonna say Jamie Hayter, but I feel like Mercedes Moné might get this. She might. Tony Khan might suck over her, have everything handed in a super player and shit like that. Number 2, the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin with MVP versus the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. World Tag Team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. I'm gonna say the Sons of Texas. But I feel, Sons of Texas. I feel like Hurt Syndicate might win this for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Tony Storm with Luther versus Mina Shikara for the AEW Women's World Championship. I'm gonna go with Mina Shirakawa. Then tag team match: FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood with Stokely versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. I'm gonna go with Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. Stretcher match: Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet. I'm gonna go with Mark Briscoe. Then an Anarchy and Arena match: Kenny Omega, Stuart Strickland, Willow Nightingale, The Ops, Mojo, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuzuri Shibata versus Death Riders, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Marina Shafir, and Will Yuta and the Young Bucks, Matthew Jackson and the Jackson brothers, Matthew and Nicholas. I'm gonna go with the Death Riders. Kazuchika Okada versus Speedball Mike Bailey singles match for the AEW Continental Championship. I'm gonna go with Okada. Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay for 2025 Men's Owen Hart Cup Tournament Final. Winner earns an AEW World Championship match and All In. I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay. No, wait, no, sorry, sorry. Hangman and Adam Page. I'm sorry. Wait, Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay. What am I talking about? Will Ospreay. I'm sorry. No, wait. I'm sorry. No, wait. Sorry. Hangman. Adam Page. Sorry, my mistake. Hangman, Adam Page. Sorry, my mistake. So that's it. Now it's I know what all you know what it's time for. It's time for It's time for Justin's timeline history, all the wrestling birthdays, timeline, all that stuff, everything, pop culture and all that stuff. And all you hear that theme was a theme from Back to the Future. That was a thing from Back to the Future. Can't wait for its 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025, because the movie was released July 3rd, 1985. One of my favorite movies with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Let's go to yesterday, May the 20th. Okay, um, 1 year ago today, we lost a German wrestler. His name is John Klinger, better known as Bad Bones. He died of a drug overdose and a heart attack. He was a German wrestler, wrestled in TNA. He wrestled in this German wrestling promotion WXW, and in Combat Zone Wrestling. And his birthday was May 13th, 1984. And he would have been 41. And he would have been 41 a few days ago. And yesterday, was a happy 56th birthday to Brian Gerard James, known as the Road Dogg, Jesse James. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. It was tag team with Billy Gunn. Mr. Badass Billy Gunn, D Generation X. Well known the New Age Outlaws. He was B.G. James in TNA. He's the son of the late Boulevard Armstrong, who's the roadie in WWE, and the real Double J, Jesse James. And Akam, he turned Akam from WWE and NXT. He turned 32 yesterday. In 1985, in the MSG Madison Square Garden in New York City, Rocky Johnson, Rock's attendance was 15,000 in attendance in Madison Square Garden. Rocky Johnson, Soul Man Rocky Johnson, known as The Rock's dad, defeated Rene Goulet. Bret the Hitman Hart defeated Quick Rick McGraw. Pedro Morales defeated Toya Gibbs by submission. Jim the Anvil Neidhart defeated Ivan Putski. Jesse the Body Ventura defeated Tony Gurria. Bruno Sammartino, father and son duo Bruno Sammartino and David Sammartino defeated Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Johnny Valentine. The Missing Link defeated Special Delivery Jones. Barry Windham, Mike Rotunda, U.S. Express defeated Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik for the WWE Tag Team titles. By count out, but I think Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik were still the tag team champions. I think, weren't they? Hold on, I'm trying to see. Yeah, and they're still tag team champions. The titles did not change hands. Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik are still the WWE tag team champions. Jesse the Body Ventura defeated Tony Gurria by pinfall. Ken Patera defeated Tony Atlas, and Hulk Hogan retained the WWE title against Magnificent Don Muraco. And let's see what else. And on WCW Pro, okay, on WCW Pro match, I think Alex Wright defeated Ricky Thames when we see a Slamboree 95 Legends Union Control Center. And Kevin Sullivan defeated Ian Weston and featuring a Great Muta. In WCW US title tournament highlights, and Sergeant Craig Pittman defeated Larry Santo, and Johnny B. Bad, Flying Brian Pillman defeated it was Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick Slater. Then on WCW Worldwide, same day, Arn Anderson defeated Bart Sawyer in a non-title match. Bubba Rogers, who we know was the Big Boss Man, defeated Dave Wally after the Bubble Slam. Alex Wright defeated Sergeant Alex Wright pins Sledgehammer McGill. Dirty Dick Slayer and Bunkhouse Buck with Turn Time Party defeat Scott D'Amore and T.A. McCoy on Bunk pins Amore with a right hand. Then Shoni Schiavone interviews Ric Flair and Vader and Arn Anderson. Flair says that this faction is is on the top of the Western world, where Vader taunts Hogan by saying he belongs in Hollywood, not in not WCW. Okay. And on WWF Superstars, May the 20th, 1995, same day. Superstars, WWF Superstars. Smoking Guns defeated Bob Cook. Smoking Guns Bart and Billy defeated Bob Cook and Mike Query. Jean Pierre Lafitte defeated John Crystal. Man Mountain Mark defeated Bill Payne. And Montreal Jim Cornette defeated Gary Scott. And Razor Ramon defeated Jacob Blue in a King of the Wing 1995 qualifying match. Let's see what else. Then we see some WWF Mania hosted by Todd Pettengill and Stephanie Wine. You see King of the Ring qualifier Bob Holly versus Mantar highlight when Bam Bam Bigelow versus IRS R&R Shyster. And let's see, same day, 1995, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Charlotte Memories. In the Charlotte, North Carolina, Grady Cole Center over 2,000 attendance. Boo Bradley defeated Killer Kyle. Steve Armstrong defeated Buddy Landell by DQ. Dan Severn, the Beast, defeated Bobby Blaze for NWA World Title. Dirty White Boy and Tracy Smothers defeated Mustafa C and New Jack Street Fight Tag. And Al Snow and Uniborn defeated Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson in Steel Cage 2 out of 3 falls. 2 out of 2 falls. Let's see what else. And on WCW Saturday night on TBS, just hours before Slamboree, Johnny B. Bad defeated Bobby Starr. Meng defeated Eddie Jackie. Kevin Sullivan defeated Barry Houston. WCW Tag Team Champions Crown Heat defeated two jobbers. Sting defeated Paul Owens in the WCW US title tournament. Let's see what else. And let's see Impact Wrestling. Okay, Mountie Bound defeated Sonny Siaki. And Terry Taylor interviews with Michael Shane and Tracy about how they fooled Trinity and Saban at Hardcore Justice 2005. And Mike Tenay interviews AJ Styles. And Jeff Jarrett confronts Dusty Rhodes with a Bliss Bride side, and uh um and Jarrett comes out running his mouth, and Mike Tenay and what else? Christopher Daniels defeated Kyle Cassidy O'Reilly. Then after the match, Shane attacks Daniels from behind with a clothesline. He grabs the X Division title belt, and Saban tries to hit a springboard dropkick on Shane. But Shane ducks it, and he nails Daniels, but Saban ducks a belt shot attempt from Shane. Saban gives Shane some right hands. Daniels attacks Saban. Security quickly comes out, break things up. Okay, and now we see AJ Styles confronting Dusty Rhodes' office about discussion. And we see Team Canada defeating A1 Rouse and America's Most Wanted number one contenders match for a shot at the AEW World NWA World Tag Titles. Yeah, Team Canada won, and we see Abyss defeating Chris Sabin. And then after the match, Jared left the announce to position to congratulate Abyss on his victory. Mike Brown joins him. Jared extends his hands, and Abyss sends Abyss for a handshake. After hesitation, looking at the fans who boo Abyss, shake the hand of Jared, and Jared smiled and looked at Brown. Abyss grabs Jared and nails Black Hole Soul on Jared, the delight of the fans. Abyss and Brown stared at each other down with Jared on the mat under them, and as the show ended. Then in 2005, a movie was released in theaters called Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist, starring Stellan Skarsgård, Gabriel Mann, Mary Beth Hart. Another oh, never mind, sorry. Okay, in 2005, 2015, NXT Unstoppable took place. The fifth NXT Takeover Unstoppable took place, and the Mechanics defeated Mechanics Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson defeated the Evolved villains Aiden English and Simon Gotch by pinfall. Finn Balor defeated Tyler Breeze by pinfall. Singles match determined no one contender for the NXT Championship. Bayley and Charlotte Flair defeated Dana Brooke and Emma by pinfall. Tag team match: Baron Corbin defeated Rhino by pinfall. Blake Murphy and Colin Cassidy and Enzo Scott D'Amore, Carmelo for tag team match for the NWA Tag Team Championship. Sasha Banks defeated Becky Lynch by submission for the NXT Women's Championship. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in no contest for the NXT Championship. And see what else. I think I got that covered. Okay, now let's go to May 21st. Okay, today is a happy birthday to happy 73rd birthday to the legendary Mr. T. the man who fought Sylvester Stallone in Rocky 3 as Clubber Lang. And he's not known for the 18. Best known for saying his catchphrase, "I pity the fool." And let's see. And Chris Benoit today he turned. He would have been 58 today. And and let's see what else. What else? What else? Trying to see what other birthdays. And today would have been the 107th birthday of Ivan Koloff. Ivan Kalmikov. He was a American wrestler. His real name is Edward Bruce. He died on June 9th, 1996. Let's see. Let's see what else. What else? See. Let's see. Trying to see what else. Okay. No, I thought it was no prompt. Okay. Let's go to wrestling challenge. This day, Mike 1995. Hold on a second. So, Trying to see what. Okay, King Kong Bundy with Ted DiBiase defeated Tim McNeely. The Blue Twins, Eli Blue and Jacob Blue, with Uncle Zebediah defeated Myron Ross and Russ Greenberg. All the Portuguese Men of War, all the Montoya defeated Nick Barberry. And Triple H defeated Burt Santana. Bushwhackers Butch and Luke defeated Barry Horowitz and the Brooklyn Brawler. The Undertaker with Brown with Paul Bearer defeated Mike Bell. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, on WWF Wrestling WWF Action Zone. Let's see, Action Zone. On the USA Network, Todd Pettengill and good old JR. Praying for him all the way. The Undertaker defeats Mike Bell after the Tombstone. And the recaps of Kushi and Jerry Lawler in your house. And Lawler embarrassed him. Bret Hart's coming from saying Lawler embarrassed him in front of his family and vows to confront him tomorrow night on Raw. And Triple H defeats Barry Santana over the pedigree. The Bushwhackers beat Barry Horowitz and Brooklyn Brawler after the Butch pins Brooke Bear after a battering ram at 132. Sid defeats Bob Holly after a powerbomb. Aldo Montoya defeats Portuguese Man of War. Aldo Montoya defeats Nick Barberry after Springboard Flying Bulldog. Then on the same day on WCW main event, pre-show countdown to Slamboree 95, a Legends reunion. Pre-show, the Blue Bloods defeat Los Especialists when Steven Regal makes a special number one submit to the Regal stretch. We know some of you know is William Regal. Stunning Steve Austin, we know is Stone Cold Steve Austin with Main Curl and Tom Parker defeats Eddie Jackson after inverted suplex. Then Sergeant Craig Pittman defeats Mike Starr with via submission to Code Red. In the U.S. Championship quarterfinals tournament, Maine with Colonel Tom Parker defeats Brian Pillman. And after the match, Roy Warrior Marks comes in, takes out Maine, beats up Parker, and this was Colonel Hawk. This was Hawk's WCW. I think this was a return to WCW. Yeah. Hawk. This is Hawk's return to WCW because rest in peace to the Road Warrior Hawk of the Legion of Doom. Road Warriors. Ugh, what a rush. And then it all started, and then the pay-per-view started. WCW Bash Slamboree 95 Legends Reunion all started. Begun. And the the first match on the show was the Nasty Boys defeated Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray with Sister Sherry for the WCW World Tag Team Championship. Kevin Sullivan defeated the Man with No Name. Some of you know is Man with No Name, not Clint Eastwood. It was actually the Man with No Name was actually Bushwhack the Bill Butch what's his name? Bruce the Barber Beefcake, WWE Hall of Famer. Wahoo McDaniel defeated Dick Murdoch. Great Muta defeated Paul Orndorff for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Arn Anderson defeated Alex Wright for the WCW World TV Championship. Main defeat with Colonel Tom Parker versus Royal Hart ended in no contest in a singles match. And Sting defeated Bubba Rogers, was the Big Boss Man by submission. And Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savage with Jimmy Hart and the Renegade rip off of the Ultimate Warrior defeated Vader and Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. Then after the match, this is what happened after they won the match.
He got involved. Everybody got involved. The bottom line is Hulk Hogan, the Macho Man Randy Savage, they got the win.
This is disgusting. This man, time after time after time, he's getting victory after victory. When will this end? Please, someone stop him.
No one will stop Hulk Hogan.
He's a human being. He's flesh and blood. He's skin and bone.
Tell that to them. Tell that to the millions of fans around the world. Oh, wait a minute. This one's not over. They're back in the ring. They're all over Hulk Hogan. Vader's got Hogan outside of the ring. Jimmy Hart just went over the top rope. And Ric Flair is pummeling.
Oh, here comes
Now Angelo Poffo couldn't take it anymore.
There's his son in there.
Oh, look at this. Ric Flair right in front of Angelo Poffo. This guy's got a heart after all. Ric Flair, more than I thought he would.
He's saying, that's my son. The match is over.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Oh,
What is he doing?
he's punching Mr. Parker out.
What is he? He's lost his mind.
That runs in his family.
Oh, no!
Oh, they're going to break like chicken bones. Listen to this.
Look at this! This is a disgrace!
They're going to cripple that man. Angelo Parker's going to be crippled.
This is a disgrace! This is a 70-year-old man!
With a bad wheel.
Shut up, Heenan! There's nothing to laugh about here.
What do you mean he had no business getting in the ring? He had no business whatsoever.
You have no business laughing at it.
He's all caught up in his Hulkamania, just like you are. And that's what happens when you get caught up in Hulkamania.
Ric Flair, forget about fines, forget about suspensions. He should be in jail. He should be locked up. And Vader right along with him.
But the bad thing is, Randy Macho Man Savage, when this sinks in to what Flair and Vader did to his father, he is going to snap.
He's going to lose his mind.
Come on, man! Oh, I don't want to be in 10 miles of that man.
This is disgusting.
Look at him. He's breaking down. He's crying his eyes out. That's his father. That is his father, who was just inducted into the Hall of Fame and now is rendered helpless thanks to Ric Flair and Vader. And Savage is beside himself.
Randy Savage now attending to his father, and we are running short of time. I would hope that we were going to get and somebody they got to talk to somebody. They got to get him out of the ring.
Please get an ambulance.
They're calling for an ambulance.
Listen to me say, please get an ambulance. Please.
Fans, what a way to leave you, but on this note,
Well,
for Bobby the Brain Heenan, I'm Eric Bischoff. We'll see you from St. Petersburg.
At least he can't kick.
Yep, Ric Flair crosses the line by breaking the leg of Macho Man Randy Savage's father, the late Angelo Poffo. Then wrestlers come out here and try to help the Macho Man's father, Angelo Poffo, and they had a set up a personal feud between them, leading up to a match at Very American Bash. Then the match at Bash at Beach '95, the lifeguard match, which Savage won. As the show ended, as Slamboree 95 Legends reunion ended. Then on let's go 2005 on WWE Velocity. Funaki and Nunzio defeated Akio and Spike Dudley. Chavo Guerrero defeated Shannon Moore, Eminem and Joe Mercury, and Johnny Nitro with Lean defeated Johnny Basin and Stephen Lee to retain the WWE Tag Team Championship. Then on WWE on Friday Night SmackDown, or on Thursday Night SmackDown, The Lucha Dragons and Kalisto and Sin Cara defeated Cesaro and Tyson Kidd with Natalia and Los Matadores, Diego Fernando and El Torito. And the Ascension Connor and Victor in a fatal 4-way tag team match. Dolph Ziggler defeated Bad News Barrett. R-Truth defeated Stardust. The Meta Powers rip off the march of Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. Curtis Axel and Damon Sandow defeated Heath Slater and Adam Rose. Rose and Mandows. Guess Curtis Axel turned face, didn't he? And Dean Ambrose defeated Bray Wyatt as the show end. Then Roman Reigns, in the segments here, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose discuss the future. And then Divas got nasty on SmackDown. Paige, Tamina, Snuka, and Naomi. And I think I got that. So you can see, trying to see what else. Alicia defeated Summer Rae and on WWE Superstars. Alicia defeated Summer Rae, and the Meta Powers, Curtis Axel and Damon Sandow defeated Anna Rose and Heath Slater with Rose and Mandows. And I think I got a little movie aired on a little HBO movie aired on TV saying May 21st, 1995. Movie called Above Suspicion starring late Christopher Lee Reeve, and still alive Joe Montana. Supporting cast includes Kim Cattrall from TV's Sex and the City and the movie Mannequin, and William H Macy was also in that movie too as well. Very good movie. My mom loves that movie. This was Christopher Lee's this movie premiered on the HBO before Christopher Lee was paralyzed on May 27, 1995. It's a really good movie. And I think got everything that's covered. That will cover for everybody. Subscribing to Godfather Soldiers Who Swimming. Hit like, make, comment, video. As the late Chad Henshaw said, I like to dress up like Chubby Checker, sing like Learn Tree, dance like James Brown, sing like Chubby Checker. I like to get something like to get in the hot tub, gonna be sweat, gonna be dry, gonna be wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live. I never grew up in the 80s. Back in the 80s, I never grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. So I saw reruns of old school Saturday Night Live when I was little. So that will do it for my show, my review tonight. And hope all you enjoy Double or Nothing 2025 this Sunday. You know how good it's gonna be. Now I'm gonna close out something for all of you. For all of you tonight, I'm gonna close out the ending the Cheers, the ending thing from Cheers, the end credits of Cheers, as a tribute to George Wendt, aka Norm Peterson from the TV show. And you can hear him say. And I'm gonna hear him the little audio piece from the show where people say Norm. So hope all you good night, and here's something to close out the show tonight. The end credits of Cheers and people shouting Norm as a tribute to George Wendt. Mr. Wendt, rest in peace. My childhood goes with you. Your NBC will never be the same without you. God bless your soul. We love you, miss you. Good night, everybody. And here's the end credits of Cheers and the people shouting Norm. Good night, everybody.